Hey, this is Chad Different Skill bringing you a new kind of game. Yeah, I didn't know how to make a better opening than that, but here we go. So this game is called ZX, and in the full name it's Zillions of Enemies, also pronounced Zax. And in this game, it is similar to Magic and kinda like Vanguard in a little bit of sense, but not really. And overall, this game is very, very fun, and I just want to share with you guys. It's a new game, so I'll just go right on to describing how you play this game. So first of all, every mat or game needs this mat. Now, what is this mat? This is where, say, if you were the player, you'd be on this side, and the other player would be on this square. Let's just say here's another one. This card is called your player card. It doesn't actually have a purpose. You don't need one to play the game, but sometimes you'd like to have one. It also looks better, and it also declares that basically it doesn't really matter what you have there, as long as you declare beforehand who your player is. Now, why is this player important? Well, simply put, cards have certain abilities that can only be activated if you have a certain player. Now, I have these cards, these two guys. I can only use his effect if I have her as my player, so therefore I need to use her. So, okay, moving on. Let's start off with the basics. Alright, how do you play this game? Well, first, you need a deck of cards. You need a deck of 50 cards, and inside your deck, there are certain cards that you need. Okay, you see there's this little symbol here, and some cards do and do not have them. You need 20 of these symbols in your deck, and the other cards are all optional. So you need 20 of these symbols. This symbol is called an ignition trait, or ignition symbol, or ignition. So, what about it? What does this ignition do? Well, ignitions allow you to play them off the top of your deck with no cost. This gives a similar feel to Vanguard, where you can flip a card off the top of your deck and gain free advantage. Now, the difference in this game and Vanguard is that even though ignitions are very powerful, they do not sway the game enough to make it so that I will auto lose if my opponent gets more ignitions than me. You know, I like that. Okay, so let's say you have your deck of cards constructed, and I'm not going to say you should be building your deck this way or this way, because the game's still new and there's not really many choices you can actually use to build your deck. So let's just say we start the game, alright? So when you start the game, shuffle your deck, etc., etc., draw 4 cards. Okay, now as you can see, there are a lot of random numbers up here in the top. There's a, you can't see this, but it's a 6, there's a 4, there's a 4, and a 5. So what does that mean? These are my costs to play cards. So, well, okay, so what does that mean, Chan? Well, simply put, if you ever played Magic, you need land to produce mana. But in this game, your mana is cards from your hand. You put them into here and it becomes your mana. Now, this is similar to, I think, Duel Masters, where you put down cards as mana. But, yeah, I'll go through that later. So, at the start of the game, you take, if you want to keep your hand, which I wouldn't keep this hand before, actually sure, I'll explain anyways. So, say this hand's like, oh, this hand's bad. It's okay, in my opinion, if you're going first. If you're going second, it's not very good, but I'll just, for sake, I'll just say mulligan. But when you mulligan, you have to mulligan your whole hand. You only start with 4 cards, so you make sure you only mulligan 4 back. Let's hope this hand is a bit better. Okay, this hand is not much better. In fact, it might have been worse. Alright, now after your mulligan, you take the top 4 cards of your deck and place them into your damage. So it'll be somewhere over here, and there'll be 4 of them. And then you take 2 cards off the top of your deck and put them as your mana. Oops, I can't use that. Alright, so put 2 cards here, and this is your starting mana. Now, at the start of the game, you search for a card in your deck with a trait called Start Card, or Starter. If you have one of these in your deck, you may start the game with it on your player square. This will be your quote-unquote Vanguard for the certain turn. because a lot of cards come and go in this game, so yeah. Anyways, so say I won my way of deciding who goes first. Say I'm going first and I cannot draw for my first turn, which is really weird in my opinion. So I'll be like, okay, once per turn you may put one card from your hand into your mana. So it doesn't matter right now because you guys don't know what these cards do. So I'll just say I'll put this card into my mana, and then I will pass. Normally your opponent would have their own card here. Let's just put this one here, just so, just for looks. And I will be like, I end. Okay, and my opponent goes, blah blah blah, and say he plays one of his cards here. Now, unlike any card game you've actually ever played, probably, the battlefield is not limited to your side or your opponent's side. You can, in fact, put your card right here, right up in his grill, and attack him. And this game it's really fun because of how different this game is. Because of the way you play it and how you put cards down. So, you win by killing your opponent's card on their player card and attacking the player card with your own cards until they lose all their damage, and then the game is won. So, overall, it's pretty fun. It is very fun, actually. It feels like there's a lot of control you get to have, but not enough to the point where it's ruined because, oh yeah, I know I'm gonna win because I pulled off, this setup. Now I'm gonna win, for sure, because my deck works like that. It's not reliant enough like that to win. So this game is really fun. The main thing that I like about this game is that where you place your cards are so important, because once you place your card down, you may not move them anywhere else, and they may only attack things in their adjacent squares, unless they have certain abilities that state otherwise. Because some decks have abilities to move their cards anywhere they want, some can attack multiple squares ahead, and whatnot. So, this game, I feel, is pretty... I wouldn't say like it's all skill, but I would say it requires a decent amount of thinking, which makes me feel that this game is very fun. And unlike Vanguard, it doesn't really get too boring because it tends to be very back and forth. Like, for example, one game I played, I was occupying like a good, here, I'll just take out cards and I'll show you about what it looked like. It was like this. Alright, so I had a dominant presence on the field with his one card to my bajillion, and then he could slowly poke out my cards until he would push me back, and then I had to push him back. So it feels like that this game has a lot of things you can do. It's not really one-sided. It's not one of those get critical trigger or oh man, I've got a bad hand, a good game. Because in this game, there's a lot of resource management you need to do. So in a way, it's hard, but in a way, that's what makes it fun. So. Anywho, so that was just a brief introduction to this game. It's called ZX. If you guys want to see more of this content, do rate, comment in the comment section below. God, I'm not even used to saying that yet. And yeah, so I might be posting up some of these games sometime to see if you guys like it. I'm always looking for new card games to play because card games is what makes the world turn. Not really, but. Basically, I will never say no to a card game until I've tried it, and if I've tried it, then I feel like I have the right to say, no, this card game's kind of bad, or no, this card game's okay, I guess. And, yeah, so, moving on, for those of you who are now interested in this game, I will go to the second section of this video that I cleverly disguised as an introduction, and I will tell you guys what these colors are. Similar to Magic the Gathering, there are 5 colors in this game. So what do you mean by colors? Well, each color specifies a certain trait in their cards. They're allowed to do something that most other traits can't. So first I'll start off with green. So green starts off with, for character-wise, you have elves. So here, I'm going to put this up. Got some elves here, yeah, elves. Everyone likes elves. Got some furries, everyone kind of like furries, like furries, yeah. No? Yeah? Furries. And there are these, I'm not sure, it's called Hodai, but I don't know what that means. I think it's like the ancient Japanese people. I'm not sure actually. I'm going to assume it's something like druid or something like that. So in green you have a selection of elves, furries, and druids, but they all look really hot for some reason. And in green, oh, and you have bugs too, but who cares about that, right? In green you have the ability to send cards from the field into the mana zone. So this is the purest type of removal spell because it leaves nothing behind for them. Not only can they not return the cards from the graveyard back to your hand, that it also gives like no benefit back except they have an extra mana to use next turn, which in the early cases is not very amazing, and in the later cases is not very amazing. So these removal spells have the highest gain and the least give back. Because of the way this game works, when cards die, they go into a charge zone, and in the charge zone you can use them to attempt to ignite. And if you guys didn't remember, ignition is the ability when you flip the card off the top, you may play them on the field for no cost. So that's green. I play green, so I play actually green-black, but I'll tell about that later. So for black, you have a few cards. You have people, or females, I guess. Females, demons and succubus and all that good S&M shit. So clearly she's into S&M. Look, she has a chain and everything. And this person is very Ojo-like, so I guess she's a princess. But I think she was, yeah, I think she is a princess. So features these kind of cards. Random zombie monster-ish type cards, like this skeleton dragon. And then it has, I don't know what I would classify this card as, like beasts, I guess. Basically, black is home to everything dark, as you know, you might have guessed. So anything you would see in a horror movie or in an S&M manga, just kidding. But yeah, I play black-green. This features a lot of removal and you know, a lot of strong powerhouses. So I like this deck. So these are the colors I'm playing. Now moving to the colors that I'm not playing. Blue is some of the most popular. It features mermaids, robots, Gundamish robots. I don't have the cool ones with me because I actually sold them all already. But here's a pretty standard robot dude. There are Gundams that look pretty cool, some that don't. And some mecha females, I guess. Mecha females, if you're into that, yeah. So this card is actually really good. I don't know why I still have one. I should have sold this one already. Wait, no, it's not this one. Yeah. These cards are, blue features mermaids, robots, and mecha lollies, I guess. Mecha lollies. And what blue specializes in is card draw and bouncing cards back to their hand. Similar enough to Magic, that's what they do. Too bad counterspells don't exist, so you can't have a stupid format where you just get countered all goddamn day. So yeah, this blue features, for creature-wise, it has mermaids, machines, and female machines, I guess. And it also bounces cards, it draws cards, and it moves cards. It rearranges fields. So it's more of a control theme deck. And unlike Vanguard, control actually exists. Like, you know, 'cause let's be honest, guys, control doesn't really exist in Vanguard. For red, we have ancient warlord general people, things like from like Dynasty Warriors, that kind of places. You got dinosaurs and the occasional attractive females. I don't actually know how she fits in, but I'm glad she does. Generally, I would say that red features, for creature-wise at least, things that exist in the past. Of course, beautiful women exist now, but I mean, she kind of has a bow and arrow and is wearing barely anything, so I don't think that exists in real life anymore. Except in cosplay, but that's not real, don't worry about it, it's all lies. So yeah, red, as a clan, it features a lot of burn abilities that lower your opponent's HP, or just immediately kill something because it burns it way too much. So say you burn for 5,000, anything with 5,000 here will die. And yeah, so red was pretty cool. And for the final one, we have white, but it looks really yellow, but it's basically considered white. Similar enough how my black cards are considered purple, but they're actually just black. I don't know. So this features angels, angel fairy, angels. Mecha lollies again, but I like this one. This card's actually very good. And cats. So mainly it features robots, angels, robot angel lollies, and just guys, I guess. But who wants to see the guys, right? White specializes in power deduction, which is different from burn. Because when you minus 4,000 power, it not only does it decrease their attacking strength, it also decreases their HP. Now red only decreases HP, it doesn't reduce attacking power. And this deck also gives the ability to give power back to your cards so that they survive incoming attacks. So so this is a quick preview of ZX. I've really been enjoying this game because of how nice the cards look, how fun the game is, how non-little critical trigger it feels. Because I don't want to play a game where I just, basically have to flip the cards off the top of my deck to win. Even though that's still part of this game, but it's not as relevant. So yeah, if you guys want to see more content of ZX, do comment in the comment section below. I will be maybe doing a box opening, although I don't know what most of the cards do, so it's fine. I don't really have to do one, but if you guys want to see it, go right ahead and tell me. So yeah, it's nice to have a break from games. So recently I've been playing this and Magic the Gathering, so then sometimes I play the little Vanguards, and sometimes I play the Yu-Gi-Ohs, and then sometimes I play the Chaos, and then basically you have to alternate between games or else every game feels very boring. So yeah, each have a different skill. Quick ZX introduction, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!